I have some pretty exciting news to share with a community. We're at the week-long retreat in Marco Island, and we're about ready to do a Coherence Healing, and it's perfect timing for me to share the news. Along with the HeartMath Institute, we just published our latest research paper that expands on our understanding of the boundaries between human consciousness and the physical world. It's pretty exciting. We published the paper in Explorer magazine, which is a peer-reviewed Elsevier journal, and the paper examines whether our coherence healings produce measurable effects beyond the human body. Are there non-local, remote effects that are created as a consequence of a collective network of people coming together to actually have an intention to heal another person? So our coherence healings is exactly that, when a group of people come together with the shared intention of healing another person. We select individuals with various health conditions. We call them healees. It's typically a random selection. They lie on the floor and we have participants surrounding them in a chair. We call them the healers. And they come into the room in an elevated emotional state, very high coherent state, both in the brain and the heart. The healers then direct a very specific intention toward the healees for wholeness. And they understand with the teaching that if they can change the information in the field of the person, they can change the destiny of matter, and their aim is supporting both physiological and psychological changes in their well-being. So this particular study that we published draws on data collected during 15 different coherence healings with approximately 1,500 to 2,200 participants per session. The study really analyzed and looked at the synchronized activity between the random number generators that were located in the room on the stage at our retreat venue, and then a network of hundreds of RNG generators distributed across the globe as part of the HeartMath Global Consciousness Project 2.0. Now, this is the interesting part, because despite the RNG systems being designed to operate randomly, independently from one another, what we discovered is that these random number generators became synchronized, and the HeartMath's global RNG network synchronized with the information and the energy in the room. The results were something really cool, because it showed that something measurable happened only during the coherence healings. In other words, for the rest of the meditations during the week, there was not the same kind of effect. And we believe that when people come together with a focused intention, with an elevated emotional state, with brain and heart coherence, they can begin to collectively reach beyond the physical body. And this kind of supports the hypothesis that a relatively small, highly coherent group can measurably and positively influence the global consciousness field, which is pretty exciting. When all the meditation data was combined, these random devices showed a consistent response, much like the brain does when it reacts to a stimulus. It's an evoked potential. And this suggests that this pulse created a collective energy during the coherence healings that may have influenced the devices around the world remotely. It tells us on some level that we're all connected. New research is exciting for people to delve into, so anybody who's interested, I encourage them to, read the paper, share it with their friends and families and communities, and discuss it to see if they can understand it at the level it can be.